welcome to Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi. It's the Oregon State Beavers and the Ole Miss Rebels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, catching up with the Rebels head coach. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Rebels offense will start this game off with the football. And Kamario Taylor will be running the show. And he's gotten himself right in the middle of the early Heisman race with his performance. Taylor wants to throw. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Push is ahead. See some running room. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After the run, now to throw. Right side, it's Cook.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
As they come to the line on third and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Taylor wants to throw it. Fires to the right. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line. And he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cunningham. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Running inside. It's Henderson. Ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And that's a frustrating end to a promising drive. I mean, you get the first drive, you start to go down the field, get in the enemy territory, thinking you might get points, and you do what you can't do. You make that mistake, put the ball on the deck, defense recovers, and gets the momentum in this football game.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. keeps it on the option. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Flip it out to the back on the screen. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Changing the routes with his receivers. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
Well, you're down here in the red zone. You know you've got to be able to run the football, so good call going with the toss play. Nice blocking up front. Good patience by the back finding his crease.
Direct snap. It's Henderson. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And the extra point is good. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get up.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Beavers will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Rebels offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll move the tight end. Taylor wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Working the big fella to the corner. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. From the gun, it's Henderson. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Back to pass on second down. Left side is Matthews. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They want to throw it. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Taylor wants to throw it. He's got the back in the middle. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. They'll send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Escapes the pressure to his right. Touchdown, Rebels. Fit it in the window for the score.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
Rush right in his face. Big sack. This defense all over it.
I tell you what, man, you better be looking at your puppy dog feet and seeing where they are, Palmer. You don't want to get back in that end zone and bad things happen when you get sacked.
I don't know if you want to even risk this quarterback having to hold on to the football very much longer after watching that last play. This defense right now is pinning their ears back on this area of the field, and they are getting after him quick.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. Keeps it himself. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on 3rd down? I mean, you got 3rd and long, you try to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was disastrous for the offense, and now you just hope you have enough space to get a punt off.
Wide open, and it's a foot race. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Got some room into the goal line. that they've been as they extend this lead here in Week 5.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Beaver offense ready to go. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quick.
Leaves it in his belly. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul.
It's been said over and over, you have to protect players' head and neck area. This penalty, so important at the college level. And it'll be first down for this offense after the personal foul. They'll move the wide receiver. Calls his own number. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the option. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Beavers will send out the punt unit. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Ollie, what update do you have on that?
Hey guys, checking in from the home team sidelines. Players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other. Keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong, but with a big lead, they're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. Oh, maybe a double pass. Here comes the heat. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Rebels.
Well, this thing's turning into a route, and it's turning into a route quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And he made the extra point without problem. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Oregon State sideline, I can tell you this crowd has played a factor early in this game. On the road, in a hostile environment, they have not been able to get going in this game. They have failed to score, not productive on their early drives, and they are talking about how the crowd noise is impacting them. I see them talk to each other, trying to tighten things up with the line of scrimmage. This is a factor. This crowd is making a big difference here so far. Back to you.
Okay, Holly.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Works it ahead for 6 yards on the play. That'll be enough for the first down, and it also takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The option, the keeper. And he's brought down after a short gain. The Beavers want to crank the tempo.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Glass. Fights off a defender. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Caught on the RPO. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. While that last pass was complete, it's left them in an even worse situation on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20. Touchdown, Rebels! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick sixes? This guy is now making plays, not just for his defense. He's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick Six, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Holly Rowe has an update.
Guys, here on the Beavers sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to give more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. On the move. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's down at the 23-yard line. It's a 1st down, and they've got to show this urgency. Fresh set of downs going up top. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game, they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We start with a look at Rutgers taking on the Michigan State Spartans. And it's the home team looking to come out on top in what has been a high-scoring affair. And I love that neither team fears this moment. Gotta see which defense is able to make a stand. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game inside Vaught Hemingway Stadium. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, 3rd down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Vaught Hemingway.
The Rebels will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Holly, what's the story as we start this second half?
Catching up with the Beavers head coach at the half. The message of his speech was, I've got to get the running back more involved. They trust him. He's been terrific, but they haven't gotten him enough carries. He said, I've got one guy in the booth upstairs who is tracking how many times our running back touches the ball. That is the most essential part of getting back in this game. Get the rock to the guy who can make the biggest difference.
Holly, thank you. Catch in the middle. It's Bowers. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Quick give. It's Glass. Play is stopped as they tend to an injured Ole Miss Rebel. That is their sophomore defensive end, and as with any injury, they hope this is just a momentary thing. Holly will check on him in a bit. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Tight end now in motion. Could not make his way to the corner. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's third and short. Burrowing for yardage. They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
As we check in with Holly.
Hey guys, down here on the home team sideline, players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other, keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong with a big lead. They're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Back to you.
All right, Holly.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Handoff for Frazier. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Got some green grass. There he goes. Past the 50.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back was one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
And the Rebels will have it first and 10. He'll do it himself, but nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
The give to the left. Just smothered on the play. We'll have a stoppage here as there is a Beaver down on the field. So as they take a look at the injured player, we will take a timeout. They need a huge play on third and long. They'll ride him again. He works his way inside the 40, but they stop him short of the marker. It'll be fourth down from the 38.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career.
Makes the grab and room to run.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with his second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
Looking for space. It's Henderson. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. On the direct snap, it's Lindsey. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Hit and dropped in his tracks. It'll be a loss of 6.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Fires to the right. Trying to find the end zone. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless of how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Taylor wants to throw. He's going for the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out. Just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. Polson. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you've got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Gives it. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Pressure's there, and he lets it go.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's third down. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat